Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading Katsuki Listener by me. So let's get into it. You've always known that Katsuki was intense. From the first time you saw him in class, he had a presence that demanded attention. Sharp, unyielding, and full of a raw energy that made your heart race. But it was not admiration that you felt when you watched him. It was something darker. Something that twisted in your stomach every time his crimson eyes met yours. It was fear. At first, you told yourself it was normal. After all, Katsuki was known for his explosive temper, his harsh words, and his relentless drive to be the best. It was not unusual for people to be intimidated by him. Even some of your classmates, who were much stronger and much more confident than you, seemed to tread carefully around him. But this was different. You're in the training ground, waiting for class to begin. The other students are scattered around, chatting or stretching, preparing for whatever grueling exercise awaits. And you catch a glimpse of Katsuki across the field, talking to Kirishima with that usual scowl on his face. You try to look away, but your eyes are drawn to him like a moth to flame. He glances in your direction, and your breath catches in your throat. You quickly look down at the ground, your heart pounding in your chest. "Hey, you okay?" a voice asks, and you nearly jump out of your skin. But it's just Midoriya, looking at you with concern in his wide green eyes. "Yeah, just a bit nervous, I guess." You stammer, forcing a smile. And once Midori goes away, you shake your head, trying to clear your thoughts. This is no time to be distracted. You have to focus if you want to keep up in today's exercise. But the feeling does not go away. The day drags on, and by the time classes are over, you're exhausted. Your body aches from the physical exertion, but it's nothing compared to the mental strain of keeping your fear in check. You're ready to collapse into bed and forget the world for a while, but fate has other plans. You're walking back to the dorms, lost in thought, when you hear footsteps behind you. You glance over your shoulder and freeze when you see who it is. Katsuki. He's walking a few paces behind you, his hands stuffed in his pockets, his gaze fixed straight ahead. He doesn't seem to notice you, but your heart starts racing anyway. You quicken your pace, hoping to put some distance between you. But it's no use. His long strides easily keep up with yours. And you tell yourself not to be stupid. There's no reason to be afraid. He's not going to hurt you. He's just walking back to the dorms like you are. There's nothing to worry about. But your mind does not listen to reason. You round the corner and he does too, and you pick up the pace, almost breaking into a jog. And you can still hear his footsteps behind you, steady and relentless. Your breath comes faster, your hands trembling as you clutch your back to your chest. You're almost to the dorms now, just a few more steps. "Hey." His voice stops you in your tracks, and you freeze, unable to move, unable to think. Slowly you turn around, your heart hammering in your chest. He's standing a few feet away, his hands still in his pockets, and his eyes blur into yours. And you feel like you're being pinned in place, unable to escape. "You got a problem with me or something?" "No, I don't have a problem." "Then why the hell are you running away like I'm some kind of monster?" His tone is laced with frustration, but there is something else there too. You swallow, trying to find the words to explain, but nothing comes out. You can't explain it. There is nothing that makes sense to you anyway. He takes a step closer, and you flinch, your body instinctively shrinking back. His eyes narrow, and for a moment, he just stares at you. Then he snorts, a bitter, humorless sound. Whatever. He turns on his heel, walking away without any other word. And you watch him go, your legs feeling like jelly, your heart still pounding in your chest. You don't know whether to be relieved or ashamed, maybe both. And later on, you realize that when you're around, he keeps his voice a little bit lower. He tries to be a bit quieter. He tries to be gentle. It is so weird and so different that some of his friends actually think him sick. They don't know why he's acting this way, why Katsuki Bakugou is being so strange and so quiet, and not so brash and harsh anymore. However, when you're not around, he's back to his usual self. But in reality, it's all because of one thing. And that thing, you don't figure out on your own. No, you figure it out a year later by accident, when he told you he's been in love with you for as long as he's known you. That he was an idiot who fell in love at first sight. And that meeting would mark the change in your relationship. Something you were entirely unaware of, and yet would change your life forever. Because after that, you began to see him for who he really was. Someone who was a true hero. Someone who cared in his own way, even though he had difficulty showing it. And someone who loved you, even though it took him a long time to come to terms with it, and to tell you as well. Someone that you would stay with for the rest of your life. But for now, you're simply hoping that your next meeting would not be as awkward. And little did you know that in the future, it does happen to be awkward. Your first meeting after that, and the second, and the third as well. But it's fine, because it all gets better in the end.